Hey guys, it's Dana and it's Tuesday and we're going to talk about money. And today I wanted to share with you what I think is the number one money mistake that we all make. So my oldest daughter is horseback riding now. She's done that like periodically since she was 6, maybe 5. We gave her her first lesson, but then we would stop. Horseback riding lessons are kind of expensive, so we saved up money. This is something she kept saying she really wanted to do, so we set aside a separate account where every paycheck a certain amount of money comes out to go into this account for her, so that she can take horseback riding lessons from spring to the end of summer. So like between April and August, she can take riding lessons in like 3 a month. So we've saved up this money, so it's in this account, so when she rides, it's all good to go. And I was watching her horseback riding lesson, and I was seeing the progress, right? I was seeing how she slowly is, doing a little bit better. And when she first started, she needed to be on a lead line, and now she can, trot all by herself. And I was thinking about how we, had to set aside money, and then how my daughter has to take these lessons so she can learn how to ride and to become a proficient rider. And then eventually the goal in the future is that hopefully we can lease or rent a horse that we can ride, because I like to ride too, but it's not in our budget for me to be riding right now. And so over time we have to take specific intentional steps to save money, put that aside for her to ride and for her to learn. We have to intentionally set up these lessons for her to be taught, and then take the time, over the months and years for her to develop the skills to become good at horseback riding. And so I think that the biggest money mistake, to relate it to money, that we all make is to not think about what we're doing and take steps to get there, to think about the process. So pay attention to what's going on with your money. Pay attention to how much money you make. I find it interesting sometimes that a lot of people don't even know how much they make. They don't know what their annual salary is. They don't know what's coming in every single month. Or if you ask them what their partner makes, they say they have no idea. I don't know. I don't handle that stuff. But if you don't know what's going on in your own household, then it's going to slip out of your control and get out of hand. And I think that's a huge mistake, to not be aware of what is actually happening in your home and how much you make, where your money's going, what you're spending money on. Look at maybe in the past, how much you spent last summer on certain things. Or I just think that is so important to be able to stay in control of everything. Or not even if you're not even in control, but I think you have to be aware. You have to know what's going on. And so Dave Ramsey has this quote that I put on my Facebook page because I wanted to remember it. So it takes a series of small, intentional steps every day. These add up over time, and ordinary people become extraordinary people. And so I feel like I believe this, and I think it's so true as far as it relates to your money, and also to all things. If anything you really want to do, anything you want to accomplish, it takes small steps. Like if we have a dream of, owning a horse in the future, and learning how to ride, then my daughter has to take these small steps of once a week or once every other week going and taking these lessons, learning how to ride, and then eventually it's going to become an extraordinary skill that people will say, wow, she's a proficient horseback rider. That's so cool. How'd she learn how to do that? Or, it just looks like she has this natural ability, but it's not. It's just that she took the time every single week to practice. And whatever, I'm sure your children are in some kind of activity, whatever that may be, gymnastics, karate, if they're doing it, they're practicing it every week. Then if someone's looking at the end result, it just looks like they have this amazing ability to do ice skating or what have you. But it's that you took the intentional steps of going to those lessons and budgeting for them to get to that point. So everything in life is like that. School, if you continue to do your homework, to study, then you are going to get good grades. And then what's that going to lead to? And getting into a good college, getting scholarships perhaps, getting a good job. Everything is intentional. So anybody who's become successful, it's not an accident, in my opinion. I don't think it's an accident at all. I think that they took the steps the intentional steps that were necessary to get to that point to become successful. And if someone was successful overnight, a lot of times they will lose it. It won't stick around because they didn't, it wasn't something that they actually acted upon to achieve. And so then a lot of times it'll just slip away. If it's your first time here, don't forget to subscribe because I am here every single Tuesday talking all about money. Hopefully it helps to inspire you, helps to motivate you as it does me. It helps to motivate me to continue on our path. And the path, the journey, and the goal is financial freedom, to build wealth so that you have choices for you and your family. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Okay? All right. Bye.